You ever just wonder why people do the things they do? It can be baffling, right? Well, today, we're going to dive into a book that pretty much holds the keys to the kingdom. It's called The Humane Way, Application of Behavioral Insights. And trust me, it might just change how you see, well, everyone.
All right, so let's just get right to it. Here's a question that I'm sure has kept pretty much every leader, marketer, and manager up at night. Why on earth is human behavior so unpredictable?
I mean, you know the feeling. You've laid out this perfect, logical plan. It makes total sense. And then, people do something completely illogical. It's so frustrating, right? But here's the kicker. What if all that irrational behavior wasn't random at all? And that thought, that right there, brings us to what we're going to call the predictably irrational problem. This is where we kind of pull back the curtain and see why the old ways of thinking about people they just don't cut it anymore.
See, for the longest time, classical economics had this one big idea, that we're all just super rational, like little computers, always making the best choice for ourselves. But then, behavioral economics crashed the party and was like, whoa, not so fast. It says, yeah, we're often irrational, for sure, but, and this is the big but, our irrationality follows patterns. It's predictable. Dan Ariely, who's a total rock star in this field, he put it so well. He said, wouldn't economics make a lot more sense if it were based on how people actually behave instead of how they should behave? Man, that one question, it's basically the spark that lit the whole fire of this behavioral revolution.
So okay, how do we actually do that? Well, that's where this book comes in. It's called The Humane Way, and it's basically the playbook for solving this exact problem. So, The Humane Way is written by Abdul Latif Haji Abu Saman, Liu Qiseng, and Vincent Liang Wingsum. And look, this isn't some dusty academic textbook. Think of it more like a field guide, a practical manual for making sense of the wild world of human decision-making.
And the promise of this book is huge. It's about giving you a brand new set of eyes, a new lens to see why people do what they do. And once you have that, man, that's the secret sauce to creating strategies that actually connect with people and, actually work.
Okay, so what's actually in the book? Let's peek under the hood and see the journey it's going to take us on.
The way it's laid out is super smart. It starts with the basics, right? Human nature. Then it builds on that with human emotions. After that, it gets into this new way of thinking, an economic psychological paradigm. Then it shows you how to use all that to understand human choices with behavioral intelligence. And finally, the grand finale, how to apply all of it in the real world, especially in digital transformation. So right from the get-go, you're building this incredible foundation. You'll get the fundamentals of attitudes and behavior, you'll learn how you can even measure it, and you'll really dig into how our emotions, like happiness and fear, but also social ones, like empathy and guilt, are constantly pulling the strings. All right, this is the really cool part. Let's talk about how we go from all this theory to actual strategy. Honestly, this is where the knowledge you gain becomes a kind of superpower.
One of the biggest ideas in here is something called the nudge. It's a concept from Nobel Prize winner Richard Thaler. And it's not about forcing anyone to do anything. It's way smarter than that. It's about designing choices so that the best option is also the easiest one. Like putting the healthy food at eye level in a cafeteria. It's subtle, it's ethical, and it works like a charm. And the book just fills your toolkit with these amazing concepts. You're going to learn about stuff like anchoring, why that first number you hear sticks in your head. Or the sunk cost fallacy, why we just can't let go of a bad investment. And the endowment effect, why we think our own stuff is worth more just because it's ours. Seriously, understanding this stuff is like finally seeing the source code for how people operate. And listen, this isn't just a bunch of theories. Not at all. The book is jam-packed with real-world examples and case studies. You'll see exactly how these ideas are being used out there by actual businesses and governments, right now.
And that's the whole point, right? This stuff applies everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're in marketing, finance, HR, public policy, or even just trying to get your team on board with a new idea. The tools in this book, you can start using them tomorrow.
So, at the end of the day, what does this all boil down to for you? It's simple. It means you're about to seriously level up your people skills. And let's be honest, that's probably the most important skill you can have. And you know what's great? You don't need a PhD to get it. The authors wrote this in super simple, clear language. It's not intimidating at all. They even use a bunch of infographics to break down the trickier ideas, making it all really easy to digest.
There's this quote from the foreword that really hits home. It says, "This book helps you master your own brain, improve your self-motivation, your self-confidence, and your people skills." See, It's not just about understanding other people. It's about getting a handle on yourself, too. That's powerful stuff.
So, I guess the real question is, are you ready? Are you ready to stop just guessing why people do what they do and actually start understanding it? Are you ready to create strategies that are built for how people really are and that finally get the results you want?
If you're nodding your head right now, then The Humane Way is not just another book for your shelf. It's really the first book you have to read to get a real handle on human behavior in today's world. This is where it all starts.